Hello, everyone, and welcome to Season 10, Episode 8 of Counties Podcast. And we are live again, so we think we've cracked it. I've been threatening it for a little while, but we are good to go. So I'm your host, Mr. Gary Langley. I am League Director, League Safeguard Officer, League Media Guru, whatever. And with me tonight is Mr. Martin Fallon, fellow League Director, Club Secretary at Runcorn Town, Results Coordinator, and all-round good egg. Hello, Martin, how are you?
I'm good, thanks, you?
Yeah, I'm all right, mate, I'm all right. So, a busy week for yourself. I know it's been a busy one for me. Football-tastic.
Yeah. Incredibly busy.
Yeah. What have you been up to?
Oh, just sorted loads of stuff out. We just started a new season, like the Winter League season in the Runcorn Darts League. So I've been sorting out the website for that and fixtures and everything else. So yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
Fair
Have you upset somebody, Gary?
That's not me boss with the sniper again, is it?
I was just going to say, it's like someone sniper on you, a little blue. Yeah.
No. He, she, or none defined, who I won't reveal to, so I don't breach any social media policies, is a good egg.
Yeah.
So anyway, moving swiftly on.
I'm like angelic, look.
No way. I wonder what that glow was at every football game that I bump into you at.
It sort of lights up my bald head. Anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. So anyway, I've been to any games this week.
Yes,
I kind of touched on it yesterday, didn't we, on a test? But not everyone who's watching will know.
I was going to go to Earlham, and then Ian Williams decided to go to Earlham instead. So I chose somewhere else.
Yeah, presentation, cool.
Well, that's what I was going for, but Ian decided to do it, and so I went somewhere else. Not because Ian was doing it, by the way. I just thought.
Well, to be fair, we do try and spread ourselves about a bit, so we don't all end up at the same game.
We do, yeah.
People have observed that there's normally 3 or 4 of us at the same game.
Yeah, so Stockport Georgians needed some balls. I mean, match balls as opposed to.
You've been doing all right recently.
Yeah. Actual match balls, I mean. So, So I took them 6 new match balls on Tuesday. Their game with Droylsden. That was in the FA Vase. So, good finish 3-0 to Georgians. It was a bit of a shock, but they've probably worthy winners overall. I think Droylsden probably had the best of it early on, if I'm perfectly honest. But you take your chances, and Georgians did that. To be honest.
Oh, fair play. Fair play. I went to. We had a Liverpool Senior Cup game away at AFC Liverpool, 6-3. Absolute crazy game. 4-0 up at half time, and I had people coming up shaking me hand saying, "Oh, well done. Who do you want in the next round?" I'm like, "No, this is South. You need to watch this space and see what happens." And then it got to 4-2. Yeah. I was like, here we go. Ultimately, it was all right in the end. 1-6-3, but blimey, I had to change my kicks when I got home.
6-3, that's a good game. You get your money's worth there, don't you?
Oh, not half, mate. Not half. But it was a game of 2 halves for sure. Our manager was distraught. He was like, "Well, we lost the second half." I was like, "We won the game."
But, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. But still, good week. And even this evening, I've just been to see our esteemed colleague, Mr. Jeff Fowler, to deliver a Player of the Month trophy, of which I have a stash, because he's going out to...
I didn't know Jeff would win Player of the Month. I mean, he's had a good month.
I was going to give him one for Committee Member of the Month as well, but he declines because he's just a modest kind of guy. Yeah. But I think he's nipped up to Asheville tomorrow.
That always goes to Glyn, to be honest.
Fair point. But yeah, so we're all good. So Jeff's off to Asheville tomorrow. We've got a game. Who've Runcorn Town got tomorrow?
Darwin FC.
Home or away?
At home. So the last time we played
Darwin FC,
it finished 5-4. So another 9 goals there, Gary. So yeah, hopefully it won't be as
evening, gents. That'd be our esteemed FC St Helens, Mr. Kitman. Congratulations on your new role, Danny.
Oh, St Helens! I was going to go St Helens tonight.
Oh, they've got the charity game on, haven't they, with the rugby player and
I think it's our old colleagues at St Helens Town. They're actually playing at St Helens Rugby Ground tonight against Wigan.
You thought we'd see that again?
Yeah, but St Helens v Wigan in football doesn't sound right, does it?
No.
But yeah, we're going to go there because obviously I've never watched a match at Langtree Park.
I'm pretty sure in the dim and distant past I've seen St Helens Town versus Wigan Robin Park.
Oh yeah, probably,
yeah. Show me age. Grey hair. Wisdom.
Yeah. I forgot about Wigan.
Yeah, so anyway, that could be a good game. But we'll see what happens. And
I'm not going to get there now anyway. So
well, the way you drive, you'll be there in 10 minutes.
Yeah, but I've got to have my tea and stuff. You know,
get it delivered to the turnstile.
It's not going to happen. Oh, by the way, I've got to give a shout out to the food at Stockport Georgians. So,
I've heard of this. Go on.
Each week they have I think they have like a guest caterer. So someone comes in on a wagon type things and parks and whatever. And this week's was really good. Big chicken burger about that big with chips, proper nice chips as well. Beautiful.
Chips or fries. Oh, as we speak, Danny G's at the Totally Wicked Stadium at the moment. So there you go.
See, I'd have seen him if I went.
You still make it. Saying that, I believe it's an all-night thing. It's like a gala event, isn't it? So you probably missed some good stuff going on.
No, I've got to have my tea. Told you.
Priorities.
Yeah.
I had. Oh no, I had fish.
Fish. Do you have the fish or the chicken?
I see where this is going.
You got the reference there, Gary.
Oh, very, very, very much so. Anyway, I digress. If anybody's wondering what the banging is, by the way, I do live in the middle of a war zone, but also all these fireworks shops have opened up suddenly. When I went out to see Jeff, there's 3 different new fireworks shops just opened up locally. Nightmare. For a community that prides itself on not liking the government, it goes out and celebrates the saving of Parliament every year with gusto.
Well, didn't he try to burn it down, though, to be fair?
What? Guy Fawkes? Didn't he try to blow Parliament up?
Yeah, he tried to blow it up, didn't he?
Yeah, so we celebrate Guy Fawkes' plot being foiled and the establishment of Parliament and the party system and all that malarkey.
So maybe your neighbours celebrate the fact that they tried to blow it up?
Maybe they're closet nationalists for the UK or for, we'll go with it. Anyway, I digress. They celebrate it with gusto. Right, Martin, because I need to see my family this evening and it's getting late and you need your tea and everything else, we've probably got about half hour to kill here. So we have an agenda.
Oh, yeah.
So should we talk about the FA Vars draw? Because the FA Vars draw was done on Monday.
At a slightly earlier time as well. It's usually 1 o'clock, and it threw me because they announced it about 20 odd minutes early.
It threw us all because I was like, I got a tweet alert or an X alert, whatever you call them, saying FA Vars draw out. It's like 20 past 12. Like, eh? So I had a little look. And So then I realised that, another expensive coach journey to the middle of the North Pole. And I was thinking, hold on, that's early. It's meant to be 1:30.
Yeah.
Absolutely nuts. But anyway, you've done a very nice article on the website for us, which is much appreciated.
Thank you. Thanks. Yeah.
Good bit of history there as well. So, shall I read out the ties and we can have a little look at them, do you think?
Yeah, go for it.
CM Red Star or Knaresborough Town versus Earlham. Some of these ifs, buts and maybes have probably already been sorted. So
CM Red Star? That's not been decided yet, so it's still either or.
Right, so that's an away day for Earlham. Abbey Hay versus Redcar Athletic or Silsden. That could be Friends Reunited. Asheville or Glasshoughton or Glasshoughton Welfare versus Holker Old Boys. I think that's the game Jeff's going to tomorrow, actually. I should have asked them to ask them if it's Glasshoughton or Glasshoughton. I'll WhatsApp them.
Zach Pearce had this conversation. He rung up the social club, didn't he?
I remember that. That was, 5-6 years? No, more, it'd be more than that now.
Probably more, yeah.
Been doing this, what, now on... Oh, my God, how many years?
I don't know. I had hair when we first started. Probably.
But anyway, I digress. So anyway, Asheville or Glasshoughton or Horton Welfare versus Holker Old Boys. Ashton Town will play Ashton Town or Wickham. I think Ashton Town got knocked out the other night, didn't they? This was played. So it will be Wickham versus Bury. That'll be a nice trip for the Bury fans. It's a fair old journey, though. Ramsbottom United versus Whitley Bay or Botsford Town, depending on your...
That's Saturday as well, that time.
Eccles Hill United, Bradford, versus Charnock Richard.
Yeah.
Right. Carlisle City versus Brighton Crawbrook Albion or Cheadle Town.
Yeah, again, it's another Saturday one.
And dig this, Hordern Community Welfare versus South Liverpool.
Yeah, trip to County Durham for you.
Yeah, fair old trek, actually. I'm tempted to tap Chris Stirrup on the shoulder and see if AFC want to share a bus with us. But anyway, I digress. Next tie is West Didsbury and Chorlton versus...
each other. Blythe up there.
They could drop us off on the way, go up and do their thing, come straight back down, pick us up en route, although I think I'm either going to train it or get a lift. And then the jobs are good. Half we each save half on the coach. We both zing the other club for our travel expenses in the money. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. Jobs are good. Right. West Didsbury and Chorlton versus Albion Sports. Yeah. Newcastle University versus Atherton LR. What a trek that is.
Yeah.
Stockport Georgians or Droylsden versus Bishop Auckland.
So that's Stockport Georgians because they won the week. Yeah.
Blythe Town or Crooktown. Hey?
It's a famous non-league name, Bishop Auckland.
Well, yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
I tell you what, Bishop Auckland versus South Liverpool would have been a good one, just for a historical perspective. Right, it's Blythe Town versus AFC Liverpool.
It is, yeah.
And then the other two are Emily versus Heaton Stannington or Darwin.
Heaton won that 3-0, the postponed game.
And Ashby Ivanhoe or Belper United versus Brockton. I think I've actually seen Ashby Ivanhoe.
Yeah, Ashby Ivanhoe won that on Tuesday night. So they faced Brockton.
Yeah. Some interesting ties there, to be fair. It still annoys me, though, and we've had this debate for many times over the years about why they don't nationalise it. Just nationalise the bugger. Falmouth versus South Liverpool, not a problem.
I don't think nationalising it's right at this stage.
You are such a party pooper.
National, it's a bit much for this stage, but there should be, north, middle, south. That's it. Just because at the minute there's 11 different zones, Gary. 11.
Outrageous.
And that's why we all sort of face each other. But having said that, it was quite an interesting draw because there was hardly any sort of all Northwest Counties draws this time around. I think there was only 2.
Couldn't figure that one out. That's absolutely nothing. I had a shoe-in that the likes of South Liverpool were going to go off to Holker again.
Well, considering we've got 17 teams left in the draw, there's only one of them, Brockton, that's in the not in the North pot. They're in pot 2, which is the, because they're quite a bit further south than who's probably next. Stockport Georgians maybe is the next further south.
See, that's the age-old debate, though, of where's our southern boundary, because that's probably a different one altogether for the FA competition pot. Yeah,
it is. That's what I mean. So everyone's in that pot 1, apart from Brockton. So considering we had that many teams in it, it's strange that everyone got kept apart, pretty much. There's only 2 all Northwest Counties ties. And you can
It's
tell that
interesting though.
when you look at the draw, it's I kept the tie numbers in. So there's actually the first 13 ties all had at least one Northwest Counties team. So it's quite different that, which is good.
Yeah.
You don't want South Liverpool against West Didsbury and Chorlton, for example. You want to play someone from a different league you'd never met before. Just open the pots up. And what really annoys me, because you've started me now, it doesn't go national anymore until the last 16. That's far too late.
Yeah, it leaves me feeling vexed and frustrated, to be honest.
It's far too late, really is.
That's where you and I would differ. I'd nationalise it now. Let's have a party away day.
I see the point. I do see your point, and I agree in a way. But I just think, if you had 2 or 3 pots, so at least you're only going down to Bedford, for example. You're not going all the way to Brighton.
Yeah. If we're going to jump on a bus for 3 and a bit hours, why not jump on a bus down to Bristol? Let's go and have a look at Cheddar's Ground or Bristol Telecommunications or some of the funky ones. Cadbury Athletic away is the future.
Well, they'd be in our pot if you did 3 different zones. But
absolutely.
At the minute, 11's too many, far too many. But yeah,
I wouldn't be watching too much football if we've got Cadbury Athletic away.
No. But yeah, it's a good draw for Northwest Counties League teams, I think. So we've got potential for 14 teams to go through, which would be great.
It's up to the teams to go out and do it, isn't it? At the end of the day, they'll never have a better opportunity to get massive representation in the next round. But you know what will happen in the next round? They'll all ping each other off. They'll all just face each other.
But you will do, that's what I'm saying, because they don't nationalise it till the last 16. You'll end up with an ever-decreasing pot. So where you've got 26 teams in pot 1 at the minute, you will end up with 8. And if all our clubs do well, you'll end up with all 8 facing each other because it's that regionalised. Which is,
by the way, folks, if because this is live, unless you're watching the replay, if you've got an opinion on it, pipe up. We should see some of the comments that come up. But I, for one, would nationalise it now. Martin would nationalise it at some point in the next round or 2. It'll be interesting to see what.
Just open it up so there's 3 zones now go into 2, go into 1. Leaving it, having 11 zones is ridiculous. It's far too restricted. Especially for Northern clubs. It's probably not when you get further south because there's that many leagues that if you have to travel 30 miles to kick up a fuss. Well, try travelling 170. That's what you want.
Yeah, exactly. It's odd though that clubs like Laurel Breck are on first name terms with the likes of the Pontefract clubs because they play them so often.
Yeah.
Clubs who have been in our league for 10 years know clubs from the beach from the east. Really well because they play them so often.
Yeah.
It's just a shame. But anyway, we digress.
You do.
Right, should we have a little look at the current league standings, Martin? Because we haven't touched on the league for a wee while.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, I was going to do some research, but I haven't done any. I went to the chemist and I was in the queue for half an hour.
Outrageous. I tell you what we should touch on now is the Macron Cup draw. We kind of touched on this in the test yesterday, but a lot of good positive feedback about the draw being on the website and being open. I think you and I were quite surprised when we were offered up the opportunity to do the draw. Pleasantly surprised as well, because obviously it's quite a big thing for us. So we were a little bit, it's got to be good, but it seems to have been well received. But yeah, I thought it went quite all right over the weekend. All right, we both had busy weekends, but managed to churn it out.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, we'll just have to figure out. We're always learning, aren't we, Gary? Like this. This is our first live podcast.
We've been trending live for about 4 years, and finally, we had a little dabble. We cracked it.
The next step is obviously to edit the lives afterwards and try and put graphics in and stuff like that. Put a halo over your head.
And see what he uses, what program he uses.
Yeah, but then after that, I think the next one is to actually, like when we met up to do the draws, try and do that live so that we can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to go out to the grounds maybe and do it live, and
Yeah,
because I
no,
think we've got the capability now as well.
I mean, we did it years ago live with, what was it, Periscope?
Yeah, Periscope, and it was grainy as anything.
Yeah. So, we've done it.
The concept was right.
Yeah, we've done it before. So, if this works and we get used to it, then yeah, brilliant. Let's do it.
Okay, right. So that's that said. So it provided us enough interest in that, and hopefully, viewers, it seems to have gone well and been well received anyway. Right. Should we have an overview of the league table, seeing as we haven't touched on the league stuff for the last 2 and a bit episodes?
Yeah.
I think it's worth having a see where we're at, because the Premier Division alone, I think the leading teams played 21 games up to now. And we're nearly halfway through the season, even in that division, which is nuts, but good. Right, so Bury atop, yeah. Are we surprised?
Well, I was. Well, as you can tell from my reaction, I was surprised. I didn't know. I thought they were about fourth. I didn't know they were top.
I think they've been grinding away. They've been putting a graft in, and they've had a managerial change as well, haven't they? Because I noticed the other day Andy Welsh has gone to Guiseley.
Yeah.
And Bury have brought in the former Ireland's manager. Name escapes me. Dave McNabb.
Yes, that's the one. I was going to say Andy's brother. See where you got it, but
yeah, so obviously he steadied things a wee bit there if they needed steadying. Closely followed by just Wythenshawe.
Well, I'll tell you, it's looking at Bury there. They've won 4 out of the last 5 league games, but they haven't outscored some goals in them, haven't they?
Yeah, they're doing all right.
They're like 7-0 against Barn Aldrich, a 4-0 against Wythenshawe Town, 4-2 against Little and Remaker. So, yeah.
I'm stuttering there, but there was kind of a debate the other week because I sort of weighed in on Faceache, and I don't tend to weigh in too much. But someone said, "Oh, Bury are doing a Macclesfield," and I think Bury are doing it very different to Macclesfield.
They are, yeah. But I'm of the opinion, and it's not rocket science, but if you get 100 people watching you at home, your income is there. If you get 3,000, 4,000 people, your income's there. So your wage bill's going to be higher. It's not rocket science, it's just relative.
Yeah, but that said, you could still beat every other club's wage bill, but without going stupid. I think what Macclesfield did.
No, but it's not buying the league or nothing like that. It's relative spending.
Bury aren't buying the league. They're just getting the players in that they need to do the job. Whereas Macclesfield caused haywire because they knew what they were doing. They signed the best player from every club, used them, and then those good players would end up at different clubs. So they, in effect, remodeled the league, putting all the best players.
Well, they're no drunk on town because we had Bobby McDonnell, who's brilliant forward. Went to played Macclesfield, played well against them. They put 7 days in, probably that same night, and then offered him however many £100 a week. He went there, played a couple of games, but then ended up at Vauxhall.
Yeah, exactly.
So he upset us just because he had a good game, and they did that to a lot of clubs, really.
Yeah. And just check my invisible watch. Yeah, we're good for a wee while, yeah. But so Wythenshawe, Kendalltown, Prestwich Hayes, and West Didsbury all in the mix at the top.
Yeah, I mean, Wythenshawe are doing fantastic because it's easy to forget this is their first season in the Premier Division.
Yeah, they've come up and they've well.
Yeah, well, and a lot of teams do that. Kendall, again, a little bit of a surprise to me because they came down from the Northern Premier League. Not last season, the season before. They had the consolidation season, which a lot of teams do, and yeah, they're really firing all cylinders at the minute.
Yeah. With that, I reckon that top 5 now will probably be there or thereabouts the top 5 when we get to the end of the season. To be honest with you, just stick your neck out.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Any surprises for you?
What, at the top?
No, anywhere in the league.
What, anywhere in the league? Pleasantly surprised to see Remacher with a bit of consistency there. I think 7th or 8th at the moment. Surprised though Breck, and these from a local perspective. I'm surprised at them. I'm surprised Colne aren't up there.
I'm not surprised at lower Breck.
On Isle of Man at the moment. I don't know what Isle of Man's expectations are. Pilks will come good. Yeah, they might well do. They might well do. But it's that season of adapting to it as well. I know they had changes there, didn't they, Pilks?
You say Pilks will come good. The 10th in the league. They've only lost 4 league games all season out of 18. So
4 off the play.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. It's good going. They're doing well, and again, it's they are still establishing themselves as a Premier Division club.
And as you said there about the rate of points that they're picking up, when it comes down towards the end of the season, that's all going to be good for them. And I know it's slightly different this season compared to the season that Skem went up, and obviously took what happened to Avro and what have you, by obtaining a playoff place. But I think they're doing all right. I'm surprised I'm surprised not to see Colne up there. I can't make a call on FC Isle of Man. I think we kind of expected them to go up and have a crack at it, but they seem to have found a level.
Yeah, which is good. I mean, they struggled last year, really. Once they got promoted, they struggled a lot. Yeah. And 13, it's not bad for them. I just think they need to work on off the field at the minute. I think to try and get back to that first season.
Yeah, we need to get over there and see what the crack is. But obviously, I'm not a big one for takeoffs. You're not a big one for boats.
No.
And neither was a big one for big hotel fees.
Yeah.
Kendal. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are having a good season, Kendal. But I think because
what surprises me though, Gary, Glossop North End 22nd. That surprises me.
The 2 of the bottom 3 surprised me. Skem.
Yeah, if you'd said that in the summer, yes, but don't forget that all their manager and squad left in the summer. So it's not that surprising that, they had a complete rebuild in the summer. So it's not that surprising, I don't think, Skem.
It's one because the new manager came in with quite a few familiar players to that manager. So I would have thought he'd hit the ground running. What's your thoughts on the past Bonder effect? Will it be a positive one or will it take time?
It's a bit early to decide at the minute, I think. But as for starts, one, they've got, they've generated an awful lot of publicity by appointing him. And 2, he's had a really good start. Was it 4-1 they won the first game? So, that can only help. He's given the club a massive boost in a way. And also a lot of players who are, perhaps they joined clubs in the summer and they're not getting in now and they're looking for another club. They'll be going, you know what, I quite fancy Skem because it'll raise my profile as well as the club. So there'll be a lot of interest from players going to Skem now.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what he brings. It'll be interesting as well to see what the players say that he brings, because it's all right us saying now he's going to bring profile, he's going to bring all this exposure and experience and what have you. But I don't think he's going to be playing every week, although he has registered as a player, funny enough. Steve Fraser noticed that over the weekend. So, you never know. But, I think Skem have got some work to do, although they've got a few games in hand on 23rd and 22nd. So FC Liverpool the other night couldn't make end the tail of that game, to be honest with you. Like I say, it was completely nuts. So I saw AFC Liverpool in pre-season as well, and Phil Stafford always has good sides. He's a good technical manager. So I don't think AFC Liverpool will struggle, but I'm still surprised to see them kind of bottom 5.
Yeah, to be honest, apart from Glossop, I don't think any of the bottom 7 surprised me. Just above that's Charnock Richard. I think that does surprise me. But having said that, they've only played 14 league games compared to, some of them have played 20. So they've got like 6 games in hand. So that could be something of a false position, Charnock Richard, really.
At the risk of Ian Livesey jumping on here and saying something, and he will, I reckon Charlotte Richard could be the new Congleton. No, just you'd expect them to be higher. Expect them to go. Don't quite do it for a while.
I thought you meant they're going to get moved to the Midland League next year. Sorry.
Hey, listen, anything goes. Anything goes. It's about as predictable as it could be. But no, we always have a thing, don't we? We always had a thing about Congleton. They should always be there or thereabouts. They'd always go so far, run out of steam around about February, and then that's it. Although, to be fair, they're turning up the Midland League at the moment, so fair play to them. It looks like this is the season we're not there to cover it. We'll have to be coming
let's move on to the main league now, the First Division North. You know, the key league out of the three of them.
Yes, the key one. Let me just check our respective league positions. Yeah, let's carry on. Right, FC St Helens top. They're going to stay there. They're going to win the league. Not a problem with that.
I think so.
I think they're equipped on and off the field now. They brought, obviously, Mark Hayes in. I think you and I both caught up with Mark Hayes. Mark Hayes?
Oh, I remember him, yeah. Sorry, yeah.
Ashton Towns League. They've got a bit of work to do if it is. Now, it's FC St Helens will win it. I think they're equipped. Although they've had a couple of iffy games lately, to be fair. But we gave them a good game the other week.
Runcorn Town have beaten them twice.
At Mr. Fallon.
No, it's a fact. We beat them in the league at home and then the Macron Cup at home. So, yeah. But I noticed, one thing I did notice with FC St Helens, because obviously I did the programme for it for the Macron Cup and I also did the programme for the league games. They have changed quite a number of personnel in the last couple of weeks. You know, they're getting in new players. So,
yeah,
just an observation, that really.
They took off south as well. They brought a few players in. Maybe that's why they've stuttered a little bit the last few weeks, but not much.
Maybe, but
we'll see what happens. But if the likes of, as suggested,
Joe Barker front, who scored 20 odd goals already this season, it's it's flying.
Yeah, Exton Villa, I think we both expected to be up there.
Yeah. Looking at it, I think the top four we all expected to be up there.
I'd go with that.
Even Ilkley Town in 6, we expected to be up there. But Route 1 Rovers are, I'm not saying that they were unknown. I'm not saying it's a surprise to see them in 5th, but because Exton and FC St Helens both were in the playoffs all season last year, so it's not unheard of for a team to come up and do really well, especially if you do well in the
Route 1 started really, really well, but they've sat down a little bit, and I think they're starting to find their feet on and off the park now.
Yeah, the one thing to say about Route 1 is they've got goals in them. They average 3 goals a game. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts. But they're all right.
But they also ship a lot of goals. I think if Route 1 can get a what you'd call a proper experienced step 5, 6 defender, proper old school centre half, it do really well. Route 1 Rovers. Because if they can stop goals going in, they'll do really well because they've got loads of firepower.
And then anyone from 6th to 14th for me, for 15th even down to Garstang, can still crash the playoffs. I'd be surprised on Shelley or AFC Blackpool do. Although I did notice the other day that AFC Blackpool have just signed 15 new players in one go.
Yeah, have they changed manager, do we know?
What?
No, I don't know either. But because it's usually a change in manager that has that effect of signing loads of new players. But I've not heard anything. Kev Lawton's not heard anything. He asked me the other day if they changed managers. I said I don't know. But yeah, I think looking at the league table, you've got Runcorn Town in 11th on 24 points. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams between there and Route 1 Rovers who are on 30 points in the playoffs. So there's loads of teams there. Everyone's beating each other at the minute.
Right. Should we? I'm not going to call it to get relegated. That would be unfair at this stage. Should we have a look at the first division?
Relegation or nothing. But again, is there any surprises for you in that division?
I'm surprised South Liverpool aren't a little bit high. No.
I think the one that surprises me is potentially Ashton Athletic. But having said that, everyone who seems to come down from the Premier always struggles that first year. So maybe it's not a surprise. I don't know.
They weren't brilliant when we played them in Insert Cup here recently.
No.
They were okay, but it was scrappy. Not what you'd expect from Mass Athletic. I think you and I have seen them many times over the years, and it's just there's just something missing. I couldn't quite put my finger on it. Actually,
Yeah.
we both saw, didn't we? We were both there. There was just something missing.
Well, you get goals.
But
Two goals were missing. Really.
Martin, I've just
What?
Brockton, the First Division South by 10 clear points.
Yeah,
When the hell?
Flying.
So there you go. Brockton, that, I wouldn't rule out Stockport Town yet.
No, they've got a game in hand, haven't they? They probably still got to face each other at least once.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's still there. But again, it's such a close league. It really is.
Yeah.
8 points separating second from 12th.
Nice to see Main Road up there.
Yeah. But again, everyone's beating each other. Everyone's together. I think the South and the North, if you can put a bit of a run together, say 4 wins on the trot, you just go from there up to there. You're going to fly up the table.
Agreed. So we won't read too much into that table at the moment, but I didn't call the bottom 3. I didn't think we were going into the autumn with Droylsden, Winsford and New Mills in the bottom 3.
I had to put Droylsden, Winsford and New Mills as challenging for playoffs in pre-season. All of them. So
obviously all 3 there they've got a bit of a job on.
Yeah. Just one to shout out if I can do. Stafford Town. Since they come into the league, they struggled a lot. They struggled last season. They were always around the bottom 3. I think the last 2 years they've survived on points per game and stuff like that. And they've won 6 out of 15 this season, and they're doing really well.
Surely they've got access to the same player pool as Brockton now, so they maybe need to have a word with Brockton up the road, or maybe they have.
It doesn't matter, does it? It's basically they're doing really well. I think maybe they found their feet in the league now, and it's like, brilliant. So, yeah.
Fair dues. Right, okay, well, that's the league's done. So, before we wrap up then, 2 things I want to fire at you. Firstly, this weekend, where are you off to? Are you going to your club's game, or you're on league business?
No, the club's game this week. Just with it being a home game, there's a few committee away, so, it's all hands to the pumps. I'm actually making the sandwiches tomorrow for half-time hospitality.
One of the most important jobs in the business.
I will finish this and then go to Asda to get some bread and stuff.
Eggs. Available.
And the other Runcorn is not.
Hey?
Only got one supermarket in Runcorn.
Really?
Yeah. No Tesco, no Sainsbury's, no Morrison, no nothing. Just Asda. That's it.
You never get tempted to go over the bridge, chuck a left, and go to the Morrisons and speak.
Oh yeah. There's loads over the bridge in Widnes. Yeah, Widnes get everything.
Outrageous. Right. A few people have been speculating about this, about the ground hop. Are you in a position yet to do anything, or are you going to try and arrange a chat with Ground Hop UK to make something happen?
Well, I had a chat with Ground Up UK the other day. I mean, we sort of know which games we're going with. There's just a few ums and ahs. I think Ground Up UK wanted to have 3 games on the Saturday. But nothing against our league or nothing like that. It's just a lot of ground hops are going to 3-game Saturdays. But I had a chat with them the other day, and we've agreed 4 games on the Saturday, which we've done in every year we've done it, and it seems to do really well. I mean, the last game, the last couple of years has always done really well. I mean, it was the Lancashire ground up 2 years ago. The Barnoldswick game on the Saturday night, there was over 500 there, so it was great. So we're definitely doing 4 games on the Saturday. But yeah, there's 1 or 2 games I've just got to finalise. So hopefully the next 2 weeks we'll get it out there.
let's get Ground Up UK on. Let's have a chat with Chris or Lawrence.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'll message Chris, see if he fancies doing a podcast. Probably have to be a traditional one rather than a live one. But
yeah, just in case he swears.
Yeah, we can edit him out. No, I'm joking.
Yeah. Fair play. Okay, so we'll do that then.
I'll hopefully get Chris on, and we can, get the Ground Up announced in the next couple of weeks.
I'm glad it's still happening. I know a couple of the Ground Hops have had a couple of issues recently, haven't they? I think the coach had a bit of an accident as well that he hired. I think the wheel went faster than the actual coaching came off at one point.
Is that the Scotland hop?
Yeah, no, it was down south. It might have been. No, I think it was down south, actually.
Or was it?
Either way, imagine sitting there on the coach, your back wheels going past you, overtaking you, giving a salute. Wouldn't be good.
Yeah. But yeah, we've got a really good selection of games this year, I think. So,
can you give a hint as to which part of the North West Counties League you're aiming for? Like top bit, middle bit, right bit, down bottom bit?
It won't be bottom because we did that last year. So, but yeah, we'll announce it in a couple of weeks anyway.
Yeah, fair enough. Is it Cumbria? Is it Cumbria?
Do you know what? I was actually looking at Cumbria.
What? I mean, wow. Well, yeah, great.
No, I was looking at Cumbria. But what do you call it? No.
You're getting a call.
What?
You're getting a call.
Oh, was you?
That'll be. I wonder where you are.
Yeah. It's the chippy going. Are you picking up the job or what? No, I was looking at Cumbria, but Cleatormore Celtic got relegated, so it didn't quite work out. So
it's difficult as well. It needs more Cumbrian sides into the counties, and we've been trying for years to make it happen, but they just don't. They're either not good enough, they don't promote, or they go over to the beast from the east.
So, well, I think there should be more. I think Penrith should be in our league, to be perfectly honest. Yeah.
At Mr. Fallon, Penrith fans.
Well, put it this way: the last time they were in North West Counties, they got to the first round of the FA Cup and they played Burnley. They've never done that since.
Apparently, they're not that keen on coming back. Though we put feelers out. I think I might actually be banned from their ground as well for rocking up in my flat cap and my false beard.
I've never been, to be honest. Don't know, but yeah.
Clubs kind of know when they might be on our radar because I rock up in disguise, camping copy. But anyway, that's another one for my memoirs, chapter 19. But anyway, I digress. Right, Martin, you've got tea to get. I need to go and say hello to my wife and child. But I think overall, another live success. So I think people will be missing our wonderful start and end titles, but there is a way to put them on apparently, so we can figure that one out. But yeah, everyone can just do imaginary air guitar and just play out the titles and picture you with a Mars bar. On that note, it's time for us to wrap up this week's Counties Podcast, episode 8. Next week, will be live or it'll be recorded, depending on what Martin and I have got going on. I know I have got a crazy week next week. However, we'll try and make it happen.
I'm quite okay next week, actually.
I'm good. I think Monday, Tuesday, I'm nuts. Friday, I'm in London. Thursday rings a bell, and I don't know why, but we'll make it happen. Even if I'm on a train somewhere, we'll make it happen.
Well, right. I know what them phone signals are like on trains. That won't work.
The trains I'm on don't always move.
Yeah, there is that.
Anyway, on that note, before I get into even bigger bother with that dot in the middle of my head, I'm out of here. Right, folks, we'll leave you in peace, and it's a goodbye from Martin, and it's a goodbye from me. Take it easy. Bye.